Hello everyone, this is Nishta from Nish Online Interior Design, Paint Color Consultation and Home Decor Content Writing. So today I'm back here with another very popular color video and we are going to be talking about 12 best Benjamin Moore beige paint colors. So if you're not truly fond of the blues, the blue-greens, the greens in your home and you would rather prefer a very monochromatic appeal in your home, let's say you're not very fond of the grays, maybe because they have more gray to them and you prefer a beige paint color which is warm, neutral, classic and can add the utmost needed warmth in your home, then Benjamin Moore beiges are definitely something to have an eye on. So in my today's video, I'm going to be talking about 12 best Benjamin Moore beige paint colors that are absolutely timeless, they're absolutely sophisticated and these classic beige paint colors will make a great statement in your home. Ranging from light to medium to dark, these beige paint colors have a lot to offer. So if you're looking for one, do check out my list and do continue watching this video. Now one beautiful characteristic of the beige paint colors is that they can either work for your modern and contemporary homes and they can also work well for your traditional and rustic homes. Now depending on their undertone, so let me tell you, beige paint colors can have a very dominant undertone. They can have a pink undertone, orange undertone. Some beige paint colors can also showcase a sneaky green undertone. Meanwhile, some beige paint colors also have a brown or yellow undertone. Depending on the undertones, you can determine whether it works well in your modern homes or traditional homes. Depending on this information, again, you can determine which beige paint color can work best for a particular wooden texture or a hardwood texture in your home. And depending on the light reflectance values and incoming natural light, we can choose the best beige paint color for your home. Now let's get started with my list of 12 best beige paint colors and the first paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Shaker Beige. Benjamin Moore Shaker Beige is a traditional beige paint color with a dominant orange undertone. Under certain lighting conditions, this color can showcase a tinge of pink undertone as well. So especially if you have a dark wood trim or a red tone hardwood flooring, this Benjamin Moore beige paint color can truly do wonders. Now Benjamin Moore Shaker Beige has an LRV of 53.53 which means that it falls on the medium end of the scale. Yes, it does have a considerable depth to it and paint colors like Shaker Beige can work well in your homes that again have dark wood trim and also are more traditional as compared to being modern. Secondly, you can use this paint color as a whole house color scheme provided your space receives ample incoming natural light to accommodate the depth of this paint color. Now with Shaker Beige, I would recommend that you choose something like Benjamin Moore Simply White or even White Dove on the ceilings, trims and moldings. Now you can check out my latest pre-packaged Benjamin Moore Shaker Beige color palette for the whole house here on Etsy as well as my website. Now the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Manchester Tan. Benjamin Moore Manchester Tan is one of the most popular and best-selling beige paint colors. This is slightly light toned with a tiny wink of green undertone under certain lighting conditions. The sophisticated beige color also has a grey undertone, hence making a modern and contemporary statement. Now Benjamin Moore Manchester Tan is a popular neutral beige paint color because it also has a touch of grey undertone which simply lagged in Benjamin Moore Shaker Beige. Now this paint color has an LRV of 63 which means that it falls on the slightly lighter end of the scale as compared to Shaker Beige and you can use this paint color as your whole house color scheme as well. But always allow considerable amount of natural light to enter the space and do use this paint color with your acacia hardwood flooring. This can even work well for your walnut hardwood textures. Avoid using this paint color with your red oak, but again it can work if you have ample incoming natural light entering in your space at that time. You can check out my latest pre-packaged Benjamin Moore Manchester Tan colored palette for the whole house here on Etsy as well as my website. Now the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Grand Beige. Benjamin Moore Grand Beige is a neutral beige paint color with a perfect blend of beige and grey undertones. This is a modern beige color which can also flash a tinge of green undertone, but not majorly though. Now, if you have a traditional style home, or let's say if you have dark hardwood flooring in your home, let's say you also have some wainscoting running around your house with dark wood trims and floors and furniture, then Grand Beige can work effortlessly. Now, it has an LRV of 55.81, which means that it falls on the medium end of the scale. You can definitely choose this color as a whole house color scheme. I mean, if you prefer a beige looking home or a beige looking common space, you can use this color, but do use this paint color in a space that receives ample incoming natural light and the square footage is large enough to accommodate the depth of this paint color. Secondly, it's quite a neutral color and must be used for your modern or even your transitional homes. Another beautiful thing about this color is that you can even use this paint color in your traditional style homes. Now, I would definitely recommend that you pair Grand Beige with either Simply White or White Dove on the ceilings, trims and moldings. Now, you can check out my latest pre-packaged Benjamin Moore Grand Beige color palette for the whole house here on Etsy as well as my website. Now, the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Muslin. Benjamin Moore Muslin is a light tone neutral beige paint color that is increasingly becoming popular and can be widely used to create a warm atmosphere. This isn't a traditional beige color and is rather used for modern and contemporary homes. This beige color Benjamin Moore can showcase a tinge of yellow undertones under certain lighting conditions. Now, Benjamin Moore Muslin has an LRV of 66.54, which means that it can be used as a whole house color scheme as well, and you can use this paint color in a specific room where you want to paint all the walls in this color. Now, since this color has a yellow undertone, I would recommend that you either go with dark hardwood flooring textures to go with this paint color, or this paint color can even work with your walnut, provincial or ebony kind of flooring. Yellowy oak is also good to go, but only up to a certain limit if you're not looking to accentuate and rather create a monochromatic appeal. Now, you can check out my latest pre-packaged Benjamin Moore Muslin color palette for the whole house here on Etsy as well as my website. Now, the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Alexandria Beige. As compared to the other beige paint colors by Benjamin Moore, Alexandria Beige falls on the darker end of the scale. With a perfect blend of warm and cool undertones, this dark toned beige can relatively make a great bolder accent on the kitchen island, accent furniture, front door and even exteriors. Now, Benjamin Moore Alexandria Beige has an LRV of 29.03, which means that it's comparatively darker as compared to the previously mentioned beige paint colors. I would personally only use this color as an accent maybe on the furniture or that front door and even on the built-in shelves. And apart from that, since this paint color has a brown undertone to it, it can play really neutral under certain lighting conditions and can also work beautifully with your modern and contemporary home. Now, the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Tapestry Beige. Benjamin Moore Tapestry Beige is a light tone neutral beige paint color that almost nears greige. I'd also classify this color as a classic off-white paint color that has a deep greige or beige undertone. Under certain lighting conditions, this beige can dominantly showcase a green or even yellow undertone. Now, Benjamin Moore Tapestry Beige has a deep green, yellow and sometimes it can also flash an orange undertone. So, since the undertones are really confusing here, I would recommend that you be very specific when you choose to use this paint color and allow ample incoming natural light to enter the space. It is personally not an easy color to deal with, but if you have the right furnishings around and if you have neutral and calming colors around, then this paint color can be something that you can have an eye on. Now, the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Bleecker Beige. Benjamin Moore Bleecker Beige is a not so popular beige paint color that has considerable depth and undertone. It's a medium toned beige with an LRV of 51.66 and it's neither too light nor too dark. Now, Bleecker beige has an LRV of 51.66, which means that it falls on the medium end of the scale. This paint color must be used with your dark hardwood floors or even your medium tone floors. Secondly, if you have those beige, greyish carpeting all around in your house, you can still use this paint color and add the utmost warmth and beauty to your home. This paint color has considerable depth, so if you plan to use it as a whole house color scheme, just ensure that you have ample incoming natural light and you simply pair it with simply white or white duff on your doors, ceiling, trims and moldings. Now the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Clay Beige. Benjamin Moore Clay Beige is a warm, muted and sandy beige paint color that ideally works in modern and contemporary backdrops. This beige paint color has a notable grey undertone and it almost nears a greyish color as well. Since it's warm and cozy, it does reflect a touch of green undertone as well, but only under certain lighting conditions. Now this paint color has an LRV of 61.61, which means that it falls on the slightly lighter end of the scale. I would recommend that you choose this paint color in your north and east facing rooms where it can warm up those rooms and spaces without washing off any undertones and can sustain really well. Now the next popular beige paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Lenox Tan. Benjamin Moore Lenox Tan is a warm traditional beige paint color with deep golden and orange undertones. On the trims, moldings and ceilings, choose Benjamin Moore Cloud White to go. Well, with this paint color, I would highly recommend that you avoid pairing it with cool greys, cool whites and other cool tone paint colors because the undertones might clash in that case. Secondly, you can definitely consider painting this beige paint color in your American Southwest homes, Tuscan homes and even desert modern or desert bohemian style homes. Now this color is quite classic and can work also in your stucco style homes. So all the southern homes out there which have an earthy appeal, Lenox Tan is definitely something that you can have an eye on. Now the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Pashmina. Benjamin Moore Pashmina is a stony beige paint color with a deep grey base to it. Yes, it's not a traditional beige and is rather a modern greige paint color that can also be used to introduce warmth and sophistication indoors. Now, Benjamin Moore Pashmina has an LRV of 44.2, which means that it falls on the medium end of the scale. I personally love the look of Pashmina on kitchen cabinets, kitchen island, even your mudroom or foyer cabinets, as well as your laundry room cabinets or powder bathroom vanity. This paint color can be used as an accent maybe in your fireplace or your built-in shelf. But all in all, don't use this paint color as your whole house color scheme because it's considerably darker than that. But you can use this paint color in a well-lit south-facing master bedroom or any other bedroom. Now you can check out my latest pre-packaged Benjamin Moore Pashmina color palette for the whole house here on Etsy as well as my website. Now the next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Maritime White. Benjamin Moore Maritime White is a calm and sophisticated off-white paint color with a deep muted beige undertone. This is also a lighter tone beige color that can simply exude luxe, simplicity and timelessness to a home. Unlike other Benjamin Moore beiges, this isn't a very heavy beige paint color. Now, if you're looking for a whole house color scheme or a whole house color that is simply a beige color but at the same time with not as much depth as we've already talked about the earlier beige paint colors. So, in that case, you can definitely choose Benjamin Moore Maritime White because it's actually a darker off-white paint color which has a beige undertone, or I would say it's like a lighter beige paint color that almost nears to being an off-white. So, this way you get the best of both worlds and you can use this paint color in your modern homes, contemporary homes and even homes that are relatively smaller and have considerable amount of natural light. Now the last paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Stone Hearth. Now Benjamin Moore Stone Hearth is a warm, earthy and cozy neutral beige paint color. The stony neutral has the slightest touch of grey to make it feel slightly muted and subdued. Especially for modern, contemporary and modern farmhouse interior design styles, this color can truly do wonders. Now Benjamin Moore Stone Hearth has an LRV of 48.45, which means that it falls on the medium end of the scale. Just like Benjamin Moore Pashmina, I love the look of this paint color on cabinets, your built-in shelves, your kitchen lower cabinets or kitchen island. If you especially pair it with Benjamin Moore White Duff or Dove Wing, or maybe Benjamin Moore Simply White or Swiss Coffee on the ceilings, trims, upper cabinets and moldings. Now you can check out my latest pre-packaged Benjamin Moore Stone Hearth color palette for the whole house here on Etsy as well as my website. So, what are your thoughts on my list of 12 best Benjamin Moore beige paint colors? Well, did you like any? Well, I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Do check out my website at www.nishthasadana.com and my Etsy shop where I have tons and tons of these pre-packaged interior color palettes, exterior color palettes, kitchen cabinet color palettes and much more. Lastly, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel as I'm coming up with these color related and interior design related videos every Monday. Bye.